Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
It's Monday. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. This is the Morning Woodward Show. Whew, man, Easter weekend hit hard yesterday. And first, let me introduce you to everybody that's on the show today. To my right,
what up, dude? It's Corey.
And to my left,
Joey, good morning.
And then over there in producer land, we have Alex working hard. We have Fish in the fish bowl today. And we got a little surprise for Fish. We got a nice little wrap for when he's on the air with us today. So, yeah, congratulations, Fish. You've been upgraded to the 8 Mile Fish Bowl.
Wow.
Are you happy about that?
Yes, very happy.
Yeah, but let's make sure we put that layer on for him. We got Adam in here and Joe. So welcome to the morning show. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It's a beautiful day yesterday, man. I almost got sunburnt even though it was 60 degrees, but that's what happens when you're pale and you're from Michigan and the first sign of sun.
It was blazing.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you being sunburnt isn't something that should be a shocker because it was so hot and our skin is just not used to it.
Right.
Unless you're one of those that go to Florida and come back and bring the COVID.
Yeah, son, don't bother me, baby.
No. That used to be always, like, frustrate me when I was growing up with my black friends. Like, I would have to put on sunscreen like nobody's business, and all they do is throw on lotion. That's it. Just throw on lotion.
Hey, man, that's that melanin, baby. What can I say? What can I say, baby?
I'd be out there just, like, sad. Like, I'd have that white stuff over my nose, look like the biggest geek out there, but... You know, my best friend Wellington just be like, oh, no, just throw me the lotion. I'm good. I'm good. So you're blessed in that area, Corey.
Oh, just...
Have you ever had a sunburn?
No, not at all. What will happen is, I will say that I used to work at one of my many millions of jobs. I worked at the Myron Royal Oak. In the high school, I used to be a bagger. So I was actually a lot more brown than I am now. Than working in the lot one summer. Cooked my ass. So I ended up getting a major tan.
Yeah, it's sunburns are not fun, man, and that is the one thing I hate about summer too. Got a bunch of people checking in already. Kenny, Greg, Dan, Jeremy, and many more. And we're also live on Twitch today for the first time.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That upgraded internet. We're good, baby.
Yeah, so if you're watching us on any other social platform and you have a Twitch, hop on over, give us a follow, and you can start watching the show there. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're on Facebook, just make sure you're commenting and are a part of the show. We appreciate you guys being a part of it. It's the Woodward Sports Network, and yeah, let's get into it, man. Big weekend. Obviously, the biggest news story of the weekend, Gonzaga, late second buzzer beater against UCLA.
That was epic.
It was.
I mean, that's just really all you can say. That was one of the most epic buzzer beaters I think I've seen. But not even just the buzzer beater. It was that whole sequence of events.
Right, the putback.
Luke Kang, Johnny Juzang went ahead and got that layup off his miss, and then just for Jalen Suggs, that was just a hell of a shot.
My favorite is all the reactions of people that were betting on this game, and then you see UCLA, obviously, that last-second bucket right there, going crazy. We just won the game. It's over.
Yeah. No, actually, some of the fan reactions from that was funny, too. There's a video of a girl. She's excited. She's excited. They just tied the game up. They're going in overtime. And... Oh. Oops.
I feel you on that, though, girl. Like, that was so painful to watch if you were a UCLA fan, because that last-second bucket to tie the game was amazing.
That's just...
Doing fake keg stands.
You know, I am a very blessed individual, so God, I'm not complaining. I just wish that I had a little bit more athletic ability so I could be in a moment just like that.
Yeah, for real. Those locker room moments would be crazy. I've never had a locker room moment like that. Have you, Joey?
Heck no.
No. I mean, we won the championship when we were 12 in baseball, and that was pretty lit. But, yeah, little different when you're in college and actually have a grasp about what it means. Yeah. But, I mean, we watched that game. It was an amazing game. Jalen Suggs is now – I mean – I already liked him before that game, but now he's a transcendent player, right? I mean, he's etched himself into the lore of all things NCAA for the rest of time.
I mean, yeah, the tournament is all about stars. People make their name in these moments. Before that shot, I really thought that this was the Johnny Juzang tournament because consistently he's been playing amazing. Then if you look at Gonzaga, you can say Drew Timme tournament. So those were the two guys. But with that shot right there, Jalen Suggs just went ahead and inserted his name into the conversation because now when you talk about this tournament moving forward, you cannot talk about it without that shot right there. He could have took the higher percentage shot and, for the winner because it was already going to go into OT. As it is, but he said, "Hey, I need to withdraw." So he opened up the bank.
Right.
The thing about it when you look at it is no matter what, you're still going to be looking at Juzang as the star of this entire tournament.
Yeah.
But him hitting that shot, and then did you guys dive deep on him in his high school career?
Juzang?
No.
Suggs? Yeah.
Like, dude, this guy was a star quarterback.
Yeah, he was the first player to win Mr. Basketball and Mr. Football in the state of Minnesota, I believe it
Minnesota.
was. Yeah.
Like, crazy. And I actually had some clips that I was going to use for my sports update that you could just throw in right now of him at quarterback. Like, this guy had offers from Ohio State, like some of the biggest universities in college football. And this guy's just so athletic. And he's only a freshman right now.
Right.
This was last year.
That's the thing. He's a freshman in college right now doing what he did. And to have that moment as a freshman in college is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, he just proved that he's a baller.
Dude,
that
guy's
shot
got
took
a cannon, too.
Yeah, that shot took some nads. To nail that in that moment. It's right now. It's looking like Gonzaga is meant to be the way to complete the whole thing, run the table with this undefeated season. I just can't get over that shot.
Yeah, I mean, it did keep their undefeated season intact. And by the way, they're going for that first undefeated season in national championship since 1975-76. And it's there. It's for the taking. And it's tonight at 9:20 on CBS. And, they are Gonzaga's favored by 4.5 points going into this game. So we'll break that down coming up a little bit later on in the show. But we really just wanted to talk about that shot, how you're going to remember it. And, is that one of those moments where you're always going to remember where you were when you saw Suggs hit that shot? And anybody, if you want to be a part of this conversation right now, you can call in 313-552-6322. That's 313-552-6322. Let us know where you were at when you saw the shot and just kind of what you think about how this is going to play out 20 years from now. I mean, because up until this point, that Christian Laettner shot was it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that Jordan Poole had a nice shot.
There was a lot of great ones, but this one, with the sequence of events that got to that point in the lead up.
Right.
I think, you know what? I think we're doing a lot of disservice to one shot. 2016, Chris Jenkins, Villanova over UNC. That was to win the national championship.
Yeah, that's a big shot.
Now, granted, they were both the same situation. I believe with Chris Jenkins' shot, he had a lot more time on the clock. He was set up because Archie Dianaco, I think his name was. He's the one who brought the ball up and then swung it to Chris Jenkins for the game winner. So I will say that the degree of difficulty lies on Jalen Suggs' side because he took that up himself and then drained it off the bank. But still, you can't forget that shot. That was to actually win it.
Yeah. No, I love the call on it, too. How about those onions?
Yeah.
You need onions.
And I think they said the same one in that call, too.
Yeah.
And both calls said the same thing.
Talking about onions. Come on. It's just funny to me that CBS is just yelling about how big this guy's balls are, but because we're calling him onions, everybody's just cool with it. Imagine if he actually said, look at the balls on that kid. Man, he's got some big balls. It just sounds so completely different than onions, but yet we're okay with onions, knowing damn well it means balls.
So you actually mentioned where you were while watching this moment.
Yes.
I think I have everybody in here beat.
Oh, I know where you were at.
Where were you?
I saw it on Instagram.
Where were you?
I was at church.
Really? On a Saturday?
So I didn't want to go Sunday early morning. So I went to church at 11 p.m., which, by the way, I'm never doing that again. I was so tired. But I went to Easter Mass Saturday at 11 p.m., and I left the house with about 6 minutes left to play in the regulation. And I was in there and I couldn't miss the game entirely, so I had the game streaming off of my phone, and I just had it there in the pew right next to me with the volume obviously down, and I could not do any reaction, but it was a moment that I will never forget.
Somebody here said they saw you at church. You know, an Alexander Hermes?
Yeah,
they saw you at church. So, yeah, story's verified.
Oh, there we go.
What were
Alex.
you watching on?
On my phone.
On your phone?
Yeah. You just could stream these games easily.
Oh, of course you can. But
Yeah.
you're just sitting there behind the pew. Like,
I mean, honestly, I really wasn't watching the entire thing, and even that moment, I wasn't looking because that was when I had to stand up. But then I saw the replays coming back, and I was like, oh, heck no.
I just see, like, the church being all silent, and all of a sudden Joey stands up like, yes!
Yeah!
Yeah, I love God!
I love
God!
Jesus! Love Jesus!
That would have been great.
Hallelujah, he is risen!
I think that definitely would have been Joey if that were Michigan in that spot and hit a game winner. Joey probably would have got kicked out the church.
I'm sorry, Jesus, but I would not have gone to church
Sorry,
at that
Jesus.
time. I'm going Sunday morning if Michigan was playing.
Corey, where were you?
I was in bed watching. For some reason, didn't watch it on my TV, but I was watching it on my phone. My brain was working backwards that day, but still just looking at the shot. But what really got me is I always like to go on Twitter and watch the reactions because Facebook, Instagram, but Twitter, when moments like these happens, nothing is better than Twitter. And I just really got to kick out all the reactions, the quotes, and one thing that really slipped my mind when watching that was Gonzaga got their revenge because UCLA, like years back with when the Adam Morrison days, they went ahead and knocked them out in the tournament. So this right here was a delayed revenge, but nonetheless is revenge.
And you mentioned, Stick, like the point spread of the game tonight is 4.5.
Yeah, and that's changed, though. It started out at 6, and it's already moving back.
And that's what it is, because you look at the performance that they had, and then you look at the performance that Baylor had.
Right.
Like, that's a game that we did not expect to have that outcome.
No.
At all. So that's the exciting parts about March Madness.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's game. You know, these two teams, it was kind of destiny has brought them here. And, you know, obviously after a miraculous shot like that, you got to believe a little bit of destiny is on Gonzaga's side to complete this undefeated mission that they have. But they're going up against the big mullet. And, you know, my boy Mayer, he ain't going to let that shit happen easy. The mullet will be out there in full patrol tonight.
Is he getting a design in his head tonight? What you think? Over, under?
Oh, yeah. Over.
Dude, he got to put the national championship trophy or something.
Right. He's going to have one shining moment all across his head.
If he does that, he has to hit the game winner.
Yeah, that guy that guy is the man. So I got a question for Michigan and University of Michigan and Michigan State fans. Does that make you feel better how UCLA played?
No.
Hold on. 313-552-6322 is the phone number. Michigan and Michigan State fans alike, call up and let us know if that performance by UCLA made you feel better. Once again, 313-552-6322 is the phone number. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to get into that topic because we also did a Twitter poll around it, and I was kind of shocked at the results of that. So 313-552-6322 is the phone number. Michigan and Michigan State fans, let us know what you're thinking this morning on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And this morning, we are live on Twitch. So thank you, everybody that's watching us on Twitch right now, YouTube, Twitter, all over, Facebook, obviously. And then, of course, you can download our app, which is free in the Apple or Google Play Store. So I posed a question, and I want some people to call in and participate. 313-552-6322 is the phone number. But first, I'll start with everybody that's on stage right now. Joey, does UCLA's performance make you feel better or worse about Michigan and or Michigan State losing to them?
I hate this question because for me, I never want to be the person like, all right, well, we lost to the team, but they're out too. They didn't look good. We could have been better, whatever. We were still at home watching that game. We were not playing in that game, so no matter what, I'm going to say no.
I mean, for me, I'm in the middle. Doesn't make me feel any better. Doesn't make me feel any worse. I just feel that Michigan and Michigan State were the better team. I think they were better than UCLA, honestly. The thing that makes me feel bad about both of those losses is that they were not the hungrier team. UCLA was. UCLA has shown that they've been the hungrier team against every opponent that they face, arguably outside of Gonzaga. So it doesn't make me feel any better or any worse. It's just in the difference is just that it's still disappointing that both Michigan State lost in the play-in game and Michigan lost in the Elite Eight. So whatever.
Alex, you want to throw up that Twitter poll that we did real quick? I said it to, there we go. Do you feel better about U of M and MSU losing to UCLA after how well they played in last night's game? 43% nope, it still hurts. 32% meh, it's still an L. And then 25% yes, we lost to a good team.
Those 32% are smart people.
Which one? The meh, still an L?
Yeah, still an L.
Yeah, and you know what? To me, this is kind of a two-sided question. If I'm Michigan State, I'm feeling okay. If I'm Michigan, I'm still like kicking myself in the ass. Because if UCLA was that close to beating Gonzaga, Michigan probably would have been either that close or had enough to beat Gonzaga. So if I'm Michigan State, I'm feeling okay. If I'm Michigan, I'm pissed.
I don't know. If you just really look at how UCLA played this year, they just went on a hell of a run. I think that's just really what it is. All those teams got caught by the better team that night. That's just really what I think it is. I still think that Michigan is a better team than UCLA. They just got caught. And just, props off to UCLA for just having one of those, magical runs. For me, it would have been great to see them go all the way because it's like, yeah, we cleared through everybody from the play-in game. That would have been a real story right there.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, though, if I'm Michigan State, it's like, all right, we lost to a team that potentially could have gone to the Final Four in the play-in game, not feeling bad about it, and we actually played the best against them. We took them to overtime.
But even just say UCLA won it all. Are you going to feel good?
You feel better about taking that L. Like, you always want to lose to the eventual champion so you can be like, all right, we lost to the champs. You don't want to lose to the team that gets knocked out the game after you. And it's like, if UCLA loses to Abilene Christian, Michigan State's feeling a lot worse about that loss. Like, holy shit, these guys lost to Abilene Christian and we couldn't beat them. But now it's like, all right, these guys almost knocked off 2 #1 seeds. They probably a better team than we were giving them credit for going into that 11-seed playoff game.
Man, a loss is a loss for me. No matter when you lose, first round, second round, third round, championship, you still did not get the job done. And it doesn't make me feel any better. It just makes me feel just like, all right, I got to learn from this and come back. But I don't want to give any type of participation trophy because we lost to a team that got to the final. Well, Michigan Michigan State lost to a team that got to a Final Four. It just shows that both of those teams they should have stepped up and been a little bit more hungry because that's really all it was. UCLA was the hungrier team. And if anything, it makes me feel like if Michigan would have – the way Michigan played against UCLA, had they got past them, I think they would have gotten blown out by Gonzaga because it's just the way that Michigan was playing. They were playing like they were lucky to be in that game with UCLA at one moment.
Right. Yeah. Joey?
Do you feel better?
Do I feel better?
How does this make you feel being a U of M and MSU fan?
I feel better. I mean, like I said, you want to lose to a team that's good. If it was Abilene Christian, then I'm like, oh my God, like Michigan State's got to completely reevaluate everything that they're doing. Now that you see that UCLA was a good team, it's like, okay, maybe MSU isn't that far off from where they need to be. Because we had a lot of questions going in especially after that loss and the way that loss happened with Izzo gripping up his player at halftime and all the drama that went into it. But now it's like, okay, they lost to a solid team. Maybe we can cut them a little bit more slack than if they lost to a team that got bounced by Abilene Christian.
I'm still on the fence if they lost to a good team. I mean, okay, UCLA is a good team.
Yeah,
They're
they've
in the
proven
tournament.
they're a good team.
Any team in the Final Four is a good team.
Yeah, any team that's in the Final Four is a good team. But I just think that as far as talent-wise, I think it was really Johnny Juzang and keep forgetting the other guy's name, Jaquez. Those two guys were just really led that team.
Can't forget Tiger, baby.
Tiger Baby played great. I'm not going to knock him, but I think that they were an okay team. They caught teams slipping because of they had no business being there, so they were playing with house money every game. I truly do think that teams kind of looked at them like, oh, they were in a play-in game.
Right.
We can kind of take it a little bit easier. We can just beat them off of our name. And credit to Gonzaga, they didn't play like that. They're like, hey, we taking y'all seriously, so we're going to go out there and punch y'all right back in the mouth. And that's what they did, and that's why they're in the championship.
Fish, we got somebody on the line? Who we got on the line here?
We have Willie from Wisconsin, but he's from Detroit.
Hey, what's up, Willie from Wisconsin, but you're from Detroit? How you doing this morning, Willie? So you don't feel any better that UCLA actually showed that they were a decent team and there was a reason for both these teams to get knocked out by them?
And what's funny, too, is Willie mentioned that he was from Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the team that actually lost in the second round to Baylor, who is now in the national championship. So it's like, even if you were a Wisconsin fan, do you feel better now that your team, Wisconsin, is lost against the team that could potentially win the national championship? No.
Dang, I'm kind of disappointed, man.
What?
Willie ain't claiming the Michigan State Spartans winning the hockey national championship in 2007. I mean,
he said 13 years.
I mean,
so that was 14 years ago.
Yeah, still claim them.
Willie, why are you in Wisconsin? Why'd you move to Wisconsin? Marriage? Yeah. That'll do it to you, man. So where were you when you were watching the Gonzaga game on Saturday? What type of memories do you have from that? Right. Yeah, no, that's true. I guess, well, there we go. I guess people are saying they can't hear you. We can hear you just fine, Willie. So, yeah, we appreciate you calling in, man, and being a part of the show today. And I'm sorry it doesn't make you feel better that Michigan and Michigan State lost to a good team. I get it. You know, we play to win the game, so it doesn't really matter how or when you lose. If you're losing, it's not a good sign, but at the same time, I feel a little bit better for Michigan State. If I was Michigan, like I said, I would be frustrated. Willie, who do you lean towards, Michigan or Michigan State? Or are you just a fan of every team that plays in the state? Oh, I think we lost Willie. But Willie was just saying that he was from Wisconsin. He moved there to be with a lady. And, you know, he was saying he doesn't feel good or bad because Michigan hasn't won. The state of Michigan hasn't had a national champion in about 14 years. So regardless, doesn't matter to him. They lost. They didn't achieve the absolute goal that we all wanted, and now, here we are. We're all kind of in the same boat. But like I said, to me, Michigan State, I feel better. If I'm Michigan, I'm frustrated.
The big question I wanted to ask him, though, being from Wisconsin, is I hope moving to Wisconsin doesn't turn him into a Green Bay Packers fan, because he at least got a little bit of a winning organization there as opposed to here in Detroit.
Right.
So hopefully that's not the case there, because he sticks to his Detroit roots.
No,
Right.
What I hear is when you move out of the state, once you're lionized forever. So
But it's pretty easy to not be if you're there with the Green Bay Packers.
You know what? You know what? Maybe with other teams, I think if you lived in Michigan so long and you had to move to Wisconsin, that Packer hate is still there. It might drive you insane even more. For me, if I had to move to Wisconsin for any type of job, I would despise living there, because just looking at that ugly ass green jersey. All right.
You were born with the hate?
I mean, it is never let up from my time of being able to watch and understand football, from Brett Favre to freaking Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's been constant heartbreak for decades. Decades.
Well, at least we may get the Jordan Love era, which I'll take.
Hopefully that doesn't kick off another 10, 12 years.
There's no way. Like, I'm convinced Jordan Love is trash.
He's got to be. You think that the buck stops there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to.
See, it has to, but then again, it's a team that's in our division, and then they always end up screwing us somehow.
Right.
So something's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Jordan Love can continue to piss off Aaron Rodgers. He becomes a disgruntled quarterback, and just random things happen, and Green Bay just slowly falls apart. Though that's just a boy from Detroit's dream, though. Green Bay is a solid organization. Like, I love that the city actually owns the team, that they don't have one specific owner, and not that the city's like voting on the calls that they're gonna make and whatnot. But at the same time, it's cool to have a city have ownership of a team like that. So I like what they do in Green Bay. I just wish that it wasn't at the Lions' expense my entire damn life.
Would you ever go to Lambeau Field?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Dude, one of my dreams is to go to Lambeau Field.
I know trying to get in there as like, I don't know, breaking into some vault or some crap.
I would definitely feel like I'm behind enemy lines. Like, it's not some place, but dude,
I'm definitely wearing my Lions jersey in there.
I went to Fenway, and like, that's just the feeling you get walking into those historic ballparks is just like nothing else. I mean, obviously we had it here with Old Tiger Stadium. Comerica has been here almost 20 years, which is crazy to think of, but Old Tiger Stadium, man, like, when you walked in there, it just, you had that nostalgia feeling about baseball, and I'm assuming it's the same thing when you walk into Lambeau.
There's two places that I felt like, wow, I'm in history. Like, I'm in a historic spot, and I'm just going to name one of them. Cameron Indoor Stadium. When my cousin took me there,
yeah.
My cousin went to Duke. When he took me in there, and I wasn't just in the building. I was actually able to walk the floor on the court and look up and see Grant Hill jersey and stuff like that. I was just like, oh, this is you feel it. You feel it. The only other place I felt like that was the Big House, but they haven't won.
Yeah, the Big House, I got that feeling when I walked in there. We did like a Little League football camp there, and I was kind of too young to like know the gravity of walking into the Big House like that, but you could tell like this is a special place. And then I've been to Notre Dame's football stadium with Touchdown Jesus. That was another one. When you walked in, you'd like smell the history there.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, Rudy used to play over there, Yeah, I love going to old stadiums. I haven't been to enough, and that's one of the things that, like, the further I get older, that's on my bucket list to do. As you know, like me, Tracy, and Jonah went to my first away football game 2 years ago to see the Washington football team, at that time known as the Redskins, play the Lions at, I believe, is it JFK? Yeah, RFK or JFK? One of them.
I think it was RFK.
I think it's RFK. But either way, that stadium's trash. It's awful. Like,
it's a really awful basketball arena? United Center.
Oh, Chicago? Yeah, if it wasn't for that Jordan statue, just tear it down.
Outside of that, it looks so cheap on the inside. I can't really describe it. It looks very college-esque.
Yeah, for the house that Jordan built, it definitely feels like Callahan Hall.
There it is. Yeah, that's it. perfect.
And not that there's anything wrong with Callahan. I love Callahan for University of Detroit.
You would just think that a national basketball, national NBA team and a, local college team would have different amenities as far as an arena, not neck and neck.
And I'm assuming that's how people used to feel when they came to the Joe. Like, you come watch Hockey Town, the Red Wings are the best team in the league, and then you walk in, the Joe is just the Joe. Like,
smells bad,
stairs that go like vertical. Like, the Joe is just a weird stadium.
They should have renovated it.
Yeah.
A massive overhaul.
Yeah,
They would have taken way too much.
Too much property value on that Riverwalk right now, man. Like, they couldn't renovate it. And honestly, I like the idea of where LCA is now, and you can see the vision if all these teams are ever good. Like, that area is going to be absolutely bananas.
My friend had the best name for it outside of the LCA, and I felt this should have been the name. I don't know whether he took it from somebody or not. He said it should have been called the Icewood Arena. Like off of Blade Icewood, because the Pistons played there.
Yeah.
Wood. The Red Wings played there. Icewood.
Vezo would have liked it too, man.
They never would have done that.
Never would have done it, but
never.
But it's just fun to just joke around about.
You remember that when that first came out, when they announced that it's going to be called the Little Caesars Arena?
Oh yeah, people were pissed.
People were pissed. And it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I don't like it. It could have been a way better name, but I understand why they did that name, because that's where the money is.
And they own
But
it.
man,
The Pizza Barn. That was one of the nicknames that it had, but it had some good nicknames too before it was LCA. But
Yeah.
I don't mind LCA. Little Caesars Arena, weird. LCA, okay.
LCA is
I'll rock with it.
LCA is fine enough because Little Caesar Arena just.
Yeah. You know what else we're rocking with, Joey?
yes, that T-shirt you got on right now.
That's right.
Rep that T-shirt right there, because this product is born in Detroit, and we even got the bottle here because
Keep the bottle ready.
We've been popping a little bit. I actually busted out one of the bottles yesterday at some Easter little activities that we were doing yesterday, but it is just seriously the smoothest vodka, and that's the best way that I like to talk about 8 Mile Vodka, and you can go purchase it yourself inside of any Meijer location and party stores across all Metro Detroit. So you got to give them a try. Please just go support this locally owned business, and you won't regret it. The smoothest vodka, 8 Mile Vodka.
That's right. We love 8 Mile. Thank you to all those guys for your support of the Woodward Sports Network. And I mean, what a better relationship, Woodward and 8 Mile. Like, hey,
It's where it meets.
it all goes together. Let's take a break. When we come back, it is time for Joey's News.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
Can't believe NCAA Men's Basketball Championship is finally here. And what I'm most excited about is to really see who is going to be the winner of our perfect bracket payoff with Hall Financial, because everybody in the position right now, like, you dive in and you look at their bracket, some of them don't even have the right teams left that are potentials to win the championship. So it's all going to change today.
Yeah, our boy Kenny Burke said he's going to be in second. So Kenny Burke getting that Shinola watch, baby.
Ooh, that's going to be sweet. I mean, we're going to reveal all the prizes tomorrow, actually, as the people that won based off of where they ended up in this tournament.
I just want to see who get in this toilet. That's all that matters to me.
That company, what's that company called? Stick, your favorite
it's
place.
Arctic. It's the Arctic Brewing Company.
Yep.
Arctic Circle Brewing Company.
So we got #1 Baylor taking on #1 Gonzaga, 9:20 tonight. And we recap over the weekend on Saturday. Houston losing to Baylor 78-59. Definitely not the outcome that I don't think any of us thought we were going to see.
I thought I'm just waiting for Baylor to finally lose. Maybe it might be tonight, because I've just been waiting the entire tournament. Like, when are these guys gonna get caught? And once again, foiled.
I was the only one in here on Friday telling y'all that Houston was going to lose.
You didn't predict that loss.
Yes, I did.
Shoo, ain't
Yes,
nobody
I
in
did.
the world predict that 21-point loss.
Ah, man, all three of you were in here telling me how Houston's going to win and how it's going to happen. And it's like, listen, man, I told you at the beginning of this tournament, you take chalk. That's what I said, right? And look who's in the finals. Chalk is in the finals. I just chose the wrong chalk in my bracket. I chose Michigan, Illinois, #1 seeds.
I was just going to rip on you and say, yeah, who's your bracket?
Yeah, I chose #1 seeds. That's what you should have done. I just chose the wrong 2 #1 seeds. But yeah,
Which you should not have done.
I
So
should
you're
not
wrong.
have done. But yeah, no, chalk. This is a chalk tournament. Anytime you got a weird year like this, always go with the best teams. It's pretty simple.
And then the other game, the heartbreak for the first 4 in UCLA, 11 seed, losing to Gonzaga on this shot right here. And my favorite is his reaction right here when he runs to the scores table and jumps right on top, because this is what he had to say on the postgame as to why he did that.
It went off the backboard and in, and I don't know. I've always wanted to run up on the table and, like Kobe and D-Wade and go like that. And, I mean, that's the first thing I did. But, man,
Pay that respect.
That's something that you practice,
Kobe and D-Wade, and then this is what D-Wade actually had to say on Twitter.
I love this.
He said, I always wanted to run up on the table like Kobe and D-Wade, as Jalen Suggs said. And then post-game, D-Wade replies saying, I jumped on my kitchen table after you hit this shot, bro. Like, how does that feeling right there for a freshman that hits this game winner, that feeling's got to be the most amazing feeling ever.
Man, D-Wade lying, but it's good for him to tweet that.
You don't think he jumped on his kitchen table?
D-Wade can't jump on his kitchen table right now, probably.
You see Gabrielle Union walk in like, damn it, Dwayne, get off the damn table, please. But, yeah, that was an incredible shot, incredible moment. And, like, can you imagine being a freshman in college and then you got D-Wade tweeting you and everybody's just talking about the shot that you made? That's got to be so great.
I'm still, even though D-Wade probably lied, I would still screenshot that.
He
screenshot that, and that's going to be my phone background. So anytime somebody see me, you see what D-Wade said about me, right?
Right.
You see what D-Wade said about me, right?
I mean, this guy is, as Stick said earlier, the best basketball player from high school and the best football player coming out of high school in the state of Minnesota last year. So this kid has definitely got some future ahead of him. But check this out. Fish, I hate to steal your shine on this, but I got a little Fish fact that I got to do right now. Jalen Suggs' buzzer beater happened on April 3rd, 2021, otherwise known as 4-3-2-1.
Buzzer beater.
That's pretty crazy right there. I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I saw somebody else comment about that. Like, the end of the world is coming. You know why? Today is 4-3-2-1. We're counting down to something. And I'm glad the end of the world didn't happen. But
when is the end of the world going to actually happen? There's been probably 1,000 times where it's like, oh, this is happening today.
I remember that when I was a kid, because you'd hear, oh, the end of the world is happening. Like, the Mayans predicted it, Y2K, all these things. And my mom would literally look at me and she's like, it's been supposed to end since I was a kid, Sammy. Like, that was her reassurance to me. And that's exactly it. It's always something, Joey. And the Mayans didn't get it right.
When the end of the world comes, we're never going to see it coming.
Exactly. I don't want to see it coming. If it does come, like, I want to be blindsided by an asteroid
just
or something.
Imagine that anticipation. Hey, just so y'all know, the world is really ending on this
day. Oh, my God. You know how crazy people would act? Like, look at how they acted over the pandemic. And that wasn't the world is ending. That was you may get sick. And there was, like, shortage of toilet paper, running over people at grocery stores. Like, imagine if the world was actually ending. What
people killing each other.
The mentality would be
the
like,
purge for real.
Heck yeah.
You know how we know the world's going to end?
How do we know?
Lions will win the Super Bowl.
All right, so the world's never ending, guys.
We're pretty safe.
6.1 seconds on the clock. We switch over to the Women's National Championship. Arizona ball down by 1 with a chance for the win. She couldn't hit it.
Ain't no Suggs.
Horrible shot attempt, by the way, but Suggs would have hit it.
Suggs would have hit that shot. That's tough.
It's a tough thing. Missed the game winner. Stanford won 54-53. So they didn't even need a 3. That's what's crazy to me is you go for the 3, down by 1, 6.1 seconds left in the game.
I swear to God, that is becoming my pet peeve of college basketball.
Threes. Horrible shot
inappropriate threes.
Yes.
Like when you're down by 1 point trying to get a three, when there's so many other options, like go to the line, get some contact, make one free throw, tie the game, or get a layup, or take a mid-range jump. Like there's just so many things besides a three, and that's what cost Michigan their season damn near. Those step-back threes with you're only down by one. Why are we taking airball three-pointers when we have a 7'1" dude sitting in the lane and we got the other team in foul trouble? Like, this is becoming a major thing to me now.
You know the answer, right?
No. Well, if you say Steph Curry.
Steph Curry ruined
It's
basketball.
not Steph Curry, man. It's not Steph Curry. Steph Curry, go ahead, take that shot. Everybody else, you are not Steph Curry.
He ruined basketball because think about again. I don't want to beat the dead horse. You're not him. He practices those shots for a living. He is just that gifted. You don't have that gift. Not all of you.
Play this video again. Don't tell me there's anything Steph Curry related in this horrible shot. Like, this is one of the worst endings with 6.1 seconds left.
A
Well, here's the thing about it.
left-handed
But no, here's the
over
thing,
two
though.
defenders,
He
three
hit-
defenders.
The thing is, Steph hits those. He hits those.
Steph hits those. Not, I don't even know her name, hits those.
Again, that's the thing. Everybody thinks they can be the Steph. Like, everybody thought they can start hitting a turnaround jumper like Jordan and Kobe. Everybody thinks they can dunk like, insert your favorite person. Everybody thinks they have handles like Kyrie, and you don't. It's one of those things.
Yeah, and Justin Spiro's commenting, I don't think that was a design three-point attempt. And it may not have been, but then you got to design a better play going to the hoop.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
with
I don't care if
6
it's designed
seconds,
or not. Right.
6 seconds, that is enough time for you to create
A way
any
better
play
shot.
you want, even draw a foul.
Especially
like
when you're
something.
triple teamed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's got to be someone open if you're triple teamed. I'm not very good at math, but yeah, that leaves 3 people open.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Good
There we
job
go.
there. We go to the MLB, and guys, the Tigers off to not a bad start in the season. Should have been undefeated after sweeping the Cleveland Indians, but we ended up losing to the Indians yesterday 9-3. But did you guys see the most unforgettable first at-bat of his career for Akil Baddoo on this right here, hitting a home run?
Oppo, too, man. That is the way to do it.
So like
That's his family.
What a great feeling for the parents just chilling there.
Well, it's not only his first at-bat. That was the first pitch he saw on his first at-bat. First pitch, first at-bat, opposite field home run, showing you got some power. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
You know how sometimes, well, not sometimes, it's generally the players, make sure it's the right pitch to swing. And I think he was swinging at that first pitch regardless. He's had that mentality.
Right. No, I mean, that's what you do. You get up there, you're hungry, and that's one thing that I like that the Tigers have been doing early in this season. Like, they've been up there hacking. They've been up there trying to get runs, and if that's A.J. Hinch and that's what he's trying to implement on this whole season, I'll take it because we know they're not going to be a great team, but as long as they're a fun team to watch, then I'm watching. Like, it's tough to watch a team that just waits for the home run and waits for the home run and waits for the home run, and they still suck. This team, at least you're going to have some action throughout every single inning, and they're going to try to manufacture. So, A.J. Hinch, Tigers off to a 2-1 start. Should have brought out the brooms yesterday, but that's okay. They're playing again today against the Twins, and I believe that game's on ESPN, too.
Oof, see, hey, listen.
Big dog, baby.
2-1, we start to be the big dogs of the league.
That's right.
We keep it on MLB. The Angels, Shohei Ohtani has thrown the fastest pitch of any starting pitcher so far this season at 100.6 miles per hour.
106, right? Or just
100.6.
100.6? Oh, wow. Okay.
So check this out.
There's no Zumaya.
In that same inning.
Ooh. You hear that?
That's the hardest hit of the season. That exit velocity at 115 miles per hour.
Yeah, 450-foot home run. He's the first starting pitcher to start to bat second in the lineup, which is awesome. They don't use a DH when he's in the game. Like, Maz was up here the other day talking about how the DH should be everywhere. I'm against the DH. Like, growing up, your best player is normally your pitcher when you're playing Little League, pretty much all the way through high school and into college. And somewhere along the lines, they decided to take the bat away from these kids and just have them focus on pitching when, no, man, that is a complete baseball player. You should give him every opportunity to have at-bats and to contribute to the game. And I love seeing that. Like we talked about Dontrell Willis a little bit last week.
Yeah.
Dontrell Willis used to have a bat too.
Yeah, he was an all-around player.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. So that was a great.
I think that would make the game better too if everybody was more well-rounded. Like imagine a dude being able to strike you out and hit homers, like really keep y'all in the game. Like I don't know, if the basketball player can evolve, if the football player can evolve, why can't the baseball players?
Right. Yeah. Can you play that home run back one more time? I just want you to hear the sound of the bat hitting the ball. Like, this is just so pure. It always sounds different when a guy like this hits a home run. Like Cabrera, the ball off his bat. Here, listen for it.
And for the gunshot!
It literally sounds like a gunshot.
This is like dude got clapped.
It's
like my first night at University of Detroit, out on Puritan Avenue. What was going on behind us when I was sleeping in Scheipel? No idea, but it sounded like Ohtani was hitting home runs. That's
I don't know what it could have been.
Yeah, it probably wasn't, but that's what it sounded like.
Jordan Spieth is back, guys, and it is 4-year drought with his win at TPC San Antonio. And the Masters start on Thursday. There's a picture because we ain't allowed to show videos or else the PGA is going to flag us. So all you get is that picture.
Right.
But, man, this guy is back, and that trophy's super dope, by the way.
Yeah, Masters this week, right?
Yep. Starts on Thursday.
Looking forward to that. The old green jacket.
Yes.
Is that it for your news, Joe?
That's all I got. And now, I don't know if they got green jackets there, but they got a lot of other options that you could get. And I'm talking Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. You always hear me talking about this spot. And one, I want you to support a locally owned business as opposed to a mall. But just go in there and shop for yourself. It's a lot of fits for fellas. So go in there, shop for yourself. Or ladies, go in there, shop for your man because you won't be disappointed. The selection is amazing in there. Once again, downtown Fenton. Go support them. BridgeStreetExchange.com. Online, you can shop right now. Use the code WSN. Get 15% off.
Yeah, save that money. Let's do this. Adam is in here. We want to go over how his bets for the weekend went and his bets for tonight, which I'm assuming is going to include the NCAA National Championship game. So Adam is up next with his bets. Let's make you some money right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads. They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
To the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody that's participating on all of our social platforms today, and especially all of our new watchers on Twitch right now. And make sure you go subscribe to us on Twitch, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook, thank you so much for dropping those stars, man. We got people dropping stars this morning. And yeah, that just shows you that you like us. You really like us. And you know what I like? Making money.
That's right.
And especially when it's free money, and especially when I don't really have to put too much thought into it. I just let Adam do all the thinking and all the research, and then I take his bets and I go put my money on them. Adam, how'd you do this weekend, man?
We fumbled this weekend.
All right.
We didn't do all that great. 1-4. Very, very unlucky. Missed empty netters to get over 5.5. Missing the over-unders by a point. Super unfortunate weekend. But you take it. Because, we win more than we lose. So,
That's right.
You know what? You got to lose sometimes. It's okay. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Having said that, I did get over 13 people to send me their bets. And 5 lucky winners obviously got their bets insured by me. So
my mom was trying to figure out how to do it. She's like, so do I just go on mybookie.com and the bets are there? I'm like, no, Mom, you gotta do it. Then send the screenshot to Adam, and then he'll insure your bet. But
Mitch Miller was actually one of the people who got it. Vinny also was one of the winners. So that was a good weekend.
Way to stick to your word.
Yeah, man of my word. Listen,
word.
I put my money on these bets, so I'm like so invested in this. So I hate when I have a bad night, I'll go 1-4 or 2-3. It just pisses me off because I'm trying to make everyone else money too, not just myself.
We got to give a shout out to Matt Paquette right now, making it rain on us in the chat. Just throwing stars like he's got dollar bills at the strip.
Hey.
He acted like he Paul Pierce
Take off
over
your shirt,
here.
Joey.
Dude, Paul freaking Pierce.
Oh man.
So yeah, let's get into your bets for today. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the Tigers play today. Play the Minnesota Twins, and guess who is going to the game?
Who?
Broadwell.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you.
And I am undefeated when Broadwell goes to Tigers games. We're 0-0. I've never lost betting on Tigers games when Broadwell's there. So today we're gonna keep this streak going.
Damn it, we're losing. We're losing.
We're gonna take the Tigers to win. I like the Tigers in this game. Minnesota Twins haven't found the bats that we're kind of accustomed to over the last 2 seasons. Home run ball hasn't been a factor so far to start the season. Super early, but I like the Tigers. I like the Tigers under A.J. Hinch. They seem to be playing pretty smart ball, except, our bullpen sucks. What else is new? Go ahead,
Yeah,
Fish.
and that was supposed to be the strength of the team this year. When we were talking to Dan Dickerson, I asked him about the bullpen, and he was like, actually, that's the strength of the team this year because, I don't know, here we are again, bullpen questions, even opening day, we're up 3-2 in the 9th inning, let up 2 runs, and it's just like, oh, God, here we go again.
But
luckily, we pulled out with the win, but damn, I'm so sick of these bullpen issues.
I think something to remember, though, is we're so used to our bullpen being good in the regular season and failing us in the postseason, right?
I'm just used to them failing, period.
Period over the last few years, obviously, but
We
just in
haven't
general,
had a
in
good
the prime
closer
years.
since Todd Jones. And
I
he
mean,
sucked after a
Valverde
while,
had
too.
a year, but yeah.
Yeah. What you got, Fish?
Yeah, I'm taking the Detroit Tigers to win the game today. I know. I think it's been like 3 weeks since I've bet on a Detroit team to win the game. So I owe it to the city. So what can I say? But yeah, Detroit Tigers. I mean, it makes sense. Why not? 1 o'clock game. So Broadwell's going to be there. Again, we're undefeated when Mike shows up to the game. So
Nice.
we're gonna keep pushing that stat until he lets us down. Then of course we have the national championship game. I'm not going to bet the winner. It's just not worth it because I think Gonzaga is going to win. And minus 200, I'm not putting $200 just to win 100. It's just not worth it for me. So I'm actually taking the under. I think this is going to be a super defensive game. I think Baylor had their shootout with UCLA. I'm sorry, not Baylor. Gonzaga. I think this is I want to say a 60-58 game. I think we're in for a classic tonight. I think it's going to be a super, super good game, super close. But I do think it's going to fall short of 160. There's no chance.
If you get this right, you are a legend.
Why is that?
Because betting on this right now when Gonzaga has been scoring so much, but you bring up the biggest point. Great defensive teams here. So it's gonna be interesting to see because Gonzaga's been balling out. 93 points the other night, 85 the game before that, 83 the one before that.
Well, here's something to think about with Baylor. Baylor is kind of the Houston Rockets of the NCAA. They live and die by the 3, right? And if they have an off night, Gonzaga will win by 25 minimum. So, again, even if they do have a hot night...
They have a guy with a mullet. You can't have off nights.
You're essentially betting one of these teams to win by an 80-78 scoreline.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points still.
That is.
So, I'm definitely taking the under. I'm feeling really confident in that. So, I don't know who you guys have winning the national championship. I think Gonzaga breaks all of the Indiana Hoosiers' hearts and they go undefeated to win it all, but that's beyond the point.
I don't want them to win, to be
No?
honest. Yeah, we'll get into that.
You've
We'll
been
get
dogging
into
them all tournament, but whatever. Sam, you know what's next. Do I even got to say it?
5.5 goals?
5.5 goals, baby. 5.5 goals, and it actually features a team that, for some reason, is always in this bet. I love it. The Colorado Avalanche. As much as I hate them, I love betting with them. They just always get me this number. 5.5 goals against the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to forgive Colorado for not scoring an empty net goal over the weekend, which really hurt me, but whatever. We'll move on. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'll take the 5.5 goals. Again, I love this number. I don't know why in the NCAA, in the NHL this season, goalies can't save shit. So we're just going to keep taking this number. I'm going to keep riding. I've only lost betting the over at 5.5 twice this year, and I bet a lot.
And one of them you won by Avalanche scoring 9
like 9 goals.
Right.
Yeah, and 5 in the first period. So
crazy.
You know, we're going to take it. And then, of course, Fish, Detroit Pistons play tonight, buddy. I'm actually not. I don't give a shit who wins. I'm going to take the over at 213 points. It's a very achievable number. Oklahoma City has gotten blown out their last 2 games by an average of 29.5 points. So they've been getting their ass kicked. Having said that, I don't think the Pistons will kick their ass. I think it's a close game, and the over at 213 points. I mean, that's really achievable for 2 okay teams that are borderline bad, actually. So I love that number. And then, of course, the Boston Red Sox are coming off a beautiful sweep against the Baltimore Oilers.
Orioles?
Wow, Orioles. God, that's like a fucking tongue twister right now. I'm so used to betting the Oilers. That's why. But anyways, Red Sox are 0-3. I actually think they win tonight. I think they end it. They're not going to start the season 0-4. I'll take them to beat the Tampa Bay Rays in a divisional game, and I like the line. It's plus 105. So I like it. Not a super underdog. Not a favorite either.
Look at the payout on your parlay tonight. If you want to do this,
I forgot to mention.
You're going for it.
I forgot to mention. I had a really bad weekend, so I got to double down and get my money back. So.
That ain't doubling down. That's like quadrupling down.
Yeah. So I have significant money going into tonight. I don't. I'll share it. Fuck it. I got almost like $1,000 in bets rolling tonight. Most on the NCAA Championship game, and then of course I have about $70 on the Tigers and I believe $64 on the Boston Red Sox. And then I have a $50 parlay, and I'm debating of doubling down on that and doing another one. So
just don't say you're going to go undefeated for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And go 25-0. Just say you're going to go defeated this entire week.
We'll go defeated. Yeah. We'll try to change our fortunes. We'll speak it into existence.
Yeah, aim for let's say 15-5.
Yeah, 15-5 is a cheat. 4-1 every day, basically.
Yeah, 4-1 every day. We can do that. So you'll be 20-5.
Yeah, 20-5.
Okay,
I'm cool.
Let's aim for that.
All
right. Those are Adam's bets. You want to run through them quickly one more time? Just run all the way down them.
Yeah, to Fish's love of Detroit sports, I'm going to take the Tigers to win today. Again, we're undefeated when Mike Broadwell shows up to the game, so we're going to roll with that. I'll take the under in the Baylor Gonzaga game tonight in the championship. I think it's going to be a beautiful game, hopefully, but I do expect it to be under. I'll take 5.5 goals. I'm going to keep saying it literally for the rest of the NHL season. I love this number. I'll keep betting it. I'll take the Pistons and the Oklahoma City Thunder to go over on the points at 213. And, of course, the Red Sox to upset the Tampa Bay Rays today and get their first win of the season. And if you want to parlay it, should I insure again? Or what do you think, Sam?
It's up to you, man. It's your money. I don't like telling other people what to do with their money.
I might do this every Friday. So we'll see.
Yeah,
maybe
Fridays.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, maybe we do this every Friday.
I love how you got the Pistons on there because we got to give a quick shout out to Killian Hayes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who made an amazing, historic comeback.
Welcome back.
Losing by 44 points.
That's
Welcome
all right.
back.
That's not on him.
That's all right. They were losing before Killian showed
Not
up.
by 44 points.
I mean, if you look at the plus minus, he did not have one of the worst on the team. So
they weren't even a 500 team the next at that point.
We got to quit the Jeremy Grant's a superstar shit. So.
Well, thank you, Adam, for coming on every morning at 8:50 with Adam's Bets. We do it right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And like I said, make sure you go to mybookie.com, enter promo code Woodward, and that'll get you your first deposit matched up to 50%. So if you put in $1,000, you're going to get $500 back. You put in $200, you get $100 back. And it's real easy, just like that. Minimum $50 deposit, and you get $25 on top of that. So make sure you go to mybookie.com today so you can bet from anywhere at any time. And we love them. Thank you to MyBookie. When we come back, Charles Barkley in the news again for some comments that he made, which I don't know. I'm going to see if we all agree with. And we'll hear those comments coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking Thorogood boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And one of my favorite human beings, I believe, has to be Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is the absolute man, and ever since I was a kid, listen, I ain't your kid's role model. I just play basketball. I love that mentality. He's not trying to be anybody's idol. He's just trying to be Charles Barkley. And after the games over the weekend, he had some interesting things to say about politics in the United States. We don't like to get too politically heavy here on this show, just because I think you get enough of that everywhere you turn, especially for the last year and a half. It's just been divisive, crazy politics. But listen to what Charles Barkley had to say over the weekend.
Shared that news, how painful it was.
Yeah, but the one thing I took out of that piece was Man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people, but we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
So, yeah, I mean, that was a quick 1.5-minute clip, but holy shit, he said a lot in that quick 1.5 minutes. You guys want to weigh in on this? You guys want to share your thoughts on it? Good, bad, indifferent? Do you want to stay away from it? How do you guys feel about this?
On it. Normally, when over the past couple of years, when Charles Barkley talks politics, I kind of get ready to get mad at him. Like, oh, God, what the F is Charles about to say right now? That right there, that was spot on. I mean, that is how I've always felt. I don't really identify myself. First off, I don't identify myself as Republican or a Democrat. I'm just like, whoever I feel is the better person at that moment, that is who I'm going to vote for. I'm going to speak right now off of feelings and not off of any type of facts, just speaking from my perspective as a black man in America. I don't feel any Democrat, Republican, or I don't feel any politician, Republican or Democrat, cares about me. Just real talk. I think that is exactly what he said. I think politicians in general, regardless of their race, are all about their bottom line, power, keeping the balance of power on whichever side they're on, and making that dollar. A lot of people in my community do not like Donald Trump. And I can understand why, but he said one thing that always stuck with me about Democrats and about just politicians in general. He said this about Democrats. Democrats, you only see, the black community only sees them once a year, and that's during presidential election time. After that, they go ahead and go out and pander, get the black vote, and then they go ahead and go back to their shiny offices and whatnot. I thought that was spot on because that's how I feel. I feel it's just really just about all money and power. Again, no facts of it, nothing to back it up, just how I feel.
When you say that, are you saying that when they don't care about me, in your quote, as a black man, or are you saying it as a whole for all people? Like you're saying
as a black, at first I'm speaking as a perspective from a black man, right. But I feel in general they don't care about anybody. Exactly. They just care about them. They just care about them damn selves.
And that's really what it comes to. I mean, their whole job is to really separate. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to the voting, they want to get as many votes as possible, and you see it at the end of the stretch. But when you look at it at the grand scheme of things, they could care less about you as an individual, and it is a money thing. We all know that, but you hope you get the better candidate. That's really it.
So, Joey, how do you feel about what Charles Barkley said? Do you think that's spot on? Do you think it's off base?
My thing is this. I freaking hate politics being included in sports, especially these last couple of months where I was like, me personally, from my old industry coming into this world, we're really trying to stay away from politics. Obviously, there's some certain things that we have to talk about, and truthfully, like the things that we choose to talk about, I don't even view them as politics. I view them as more so it's right versus wrong, and we got to talk about it. But when I'm watching sports, I want to zone out on everything politics related. Yeah. But with what he's saying in that, I totally agree. You know, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I don't agree with what he's saying, because it's true. You know, when you look at it, it's all about money. That's all they're going for.
And you know what's interesting? Dave Chappelle said this on one of his stand-ups, one of his recent stand-ups. I can't remember if it was the last one or the one before last. It was on Netflix. And I'm not saying I've been in the same rooms as him, but I'm going to go like I understand what he says on this point. I think that it really is a class issue, because I've been in a room where white people talk about poor white people the same way they talk about black people. I think it's really just like all about money and power at the end of the day. And again, I feel what you're saying, Joe. It's really is kind of sucks that we got to continue to talk about this. But I think with yesterday, with it being the day that the anniversary of MLK's assassination, I think that's where everything kind of sparked from. I think they showed like a video or something. I just think that at that time it was appropriate to go ahead and address it.
Yeah, and, I'm on board with Charles Barkley, and I actually, I agree with you, because whenever I get into these conversations, you know me, I love debate. I love talking about this kind of stuff, and I think it's the only way to push this issue forward is to have conversations with smart people who can actually take in new ideas and give out new ideas. But socioeconomics, to me, is bigger than anything else that's divisive in this country. Because I grew up in Detroit, but then I also grew up in the West Bloomfield Novi area, and the privileged black people that were in the West Bloomfield Novi area, to me, are just as privileged as the white people who grew up there. And, the poor white kid in Detroit has just as many disadvantages. So to me, it's all about money. I don't care what race you are. If you have a head start in life, you got a head start in life. If you don't have the head start in life, you don't have the head start in life. And I hate when we try to devise it by race, because, we've seen there's lots of poor white people, the majority of people that are on welfare in this country are white. But you look at welfare as a black issue a lot of times.
That's the interesting thing about it. It's always identified as a black issue.
Right, and it's not. It clearly isn't. You go to the mountains in Tennessee, there is the poorest of poor that you'll ever see in your life, and you're telling me that those kids have more advantages than the West Bloomfield kids? No, but it doesn't matter what happens in life, they'll never be as advantaged as the West Bloomfield kids.
I think that image is also by design. I
think it's just by ignorance.
I think sometimes these politicians, they intend it to be like this.
Right, and that's what Barkley was speaking to.
It has to be like this. If everybody was on this, if blacks and whites were on the same page, oh my God, politicians wouldn't have the power they do.
Right.
So they need it. They need me and you to disagree on something hard so they can drive their bottom line, or else they're screwed.
Right. No, the most dangerous thing in the world is a united country, and that's what I don't believe a lot of politicians want to see, and I don't know if they get into it being that way as politicians, but I think they learn the only way for them to succeed is to pick a side and drive that hammer through that side.
Divide and conquer.
Damn well they know when they get into it. I mean, it's not something that you just get into overnight. You've been around it for so long.
I think a lot of people get into politics with good intentions, but then the game just eats them, and they realize, honestly, I hate to say this, but it's a lot like strippers.
Yeah.
You get into, you start being a stripper because you want to pay your bills. You're just going to dance on stage.
I'm not going to do those
I'm not going to do the extracurriculars. But then all of a sudden you start seeing this girl leaving with $5,000 a night, and you're leaving with $200. You're like, what am I doing? Next thing you know, you're doing things that compromise what you said you wouldn't do when you got in.
Go look it up. It's on YouTube. It's a Tupac interview with Vibe right before he died. And I'm going to paraphrase it, where he said, he thought the hood was the most corrupt thing in the world. But when he started getting into the business world and started messing with them, he said, that worse to the motherfuckers on the street.
And it's so true.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not exposed to that.
Ruthless.
They're not exposed to that. When you're on top of the world, you're trying to think of ways to cheat the system and better yourself, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I know it's just a TV show, but I don't care what nobody says. You cannot tell me that House of Cards is not in real life. I'm sorry.
I have yet to see that. I got to see that show.
Okay, I'm gonna save you some time. Seasons 1 through 3, stop there.
Okay.
4 through 5, just after 3 is a waste of time. The writing got really bad, but I don't care what anybody says. You watch seasons 1 through 3, you will be so cynical because it literally looks like everything we're seeing right now.
Well, it's kind of easy to predict. Greedy people are going to do greedy shit. But, I just wanted to touch on Charles Barkley's comments there. I thought they were poignant over the weekend, and I thought it was something that we definitely needed to touch on. I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. This is not a political commentary show. There are lots of other platforms if you want to go find that, but this was involved in sports, so we had to talk about it. The Lions. Vegas has come out with how many wins they think the Lions are going to have next season. Do you guys have any guesses?
It's always around 7.
7?
They knowing them. They probably said somewhere like around 5 or 6.
All right, I'm going to tell you exactly how many wins Vegas thinks we'll have coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. We are live right here on Woodward. Light traffic this morning behind you, Joey, too. Like, there's nobody on Woodward this morning.
What's going on today?
I don't know. Day after Easter, everybody's got it off or something?
It says Easter Monday on my phone. What does that mean?
Easter Monday?
Yeah, it's my favorite holiday, Easter Monday. Come on, guys, give it the program.
What is Easter Monday,
Look, it says
Fish?
Easter Monday right there on the top.
It's a holiday after Easter.
Okay, what does it celebrate?
Just Easter. It's not a federal holiday in America, but it is in other countries.
Really?
Yeah. I woke up at 3 in the morning, watched the last 10 to 15 minutes of 2 sporting events this morning. So very exciting.
I thought everybody was just staying up watching
Easter Monday.
Yes. I thought everybody was staying up like me watching the Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire versus.
Ooh, man. That was a celebration right there.
Oh, yeah. That was a great night.
Easter Monday. Never heard of that before this very moment in my entire life. But, hey, if you can get a holiday off work, take it, baby. Take it. So Vegas has the Lions. Obviously, remember, there's 17 games this season, guys. Not 16 anymore. 17. So, Corey, you said 5 or 6 that Vegas would have them at wins. Joey, you thought 7?
7. I'm going to go with 8, actually, now realizing that it's 17-game season.
Vegas has us at 5 wins. 5 wins. So, are you guys taking the over or the under for Detroit Lions 5 wins? And if you guys want to chime in on this conversation, 313-552-6322 is the phone number. That's 313-552-6322. We fixed it so everybody can hear them, not just us. So, yeah, what do you think? Over, under? I want to know what you're thinking. We'll start with Joey. How many do you think?
Truthfully, to start off with how many I think that we're going to get, I would say I'm confident in an 8 or 9 game wins season. My biggest thing right now is I get that we're a part of this whole rebuild, but I don't think that we're going to be as bad as everyone's expecting, and a lot of that is in Jared Goff's hands. We got to see what he's going to look like, and in this draft, which I'm feeling really confident in going into it. You know, we got a good running core. Our line's not horrible. We got good tight ends. We just need some receiver for the offensive side. But then you look at defense. Our rush game is awesome, and I think that our coaching staff is going to get us the players that we need to at least be a decent team this season in the draft.
Right. Greg Chen saying 9 wins.
Yeah.
Greg Chen's got 9 wins. Vinny says my head says under 5, but my heart will always say over. It's typical Lions fan right there, baby.
Under 5 though, so 4-13.
That's too low for me. I think they're gonna have an 8-9 record.
8-9. Okay.
8-9 record. I have them right now. I have them winning both of the games against the Bears. They'll beat the Bengals. I think they'll catch the Steelers. I think the Steelers are on a, I don't want to say they're on a slide, but I think the Steelers can be caught. Definitely think the Eagles can get caught. 49ers, they're still working some things out. That could be hit or miss because the 49ers are going to be bringing back a great defense. I believe they'll get the Broncos. And then the quote-unquote upset, Matt Stafford's going to catch that L against the Lions. They're going to beat the Rams. So that's where I have them. I think, but this is right now. This is before. This is just a gut prediction. I got to see what the Lions continue to do in free agency. I want to see what they do with this draft and how they address this number 7 pick. Hopefully they trade back and get some extra picks down the line. But that's where I'm at right now. That could change pending how they do this draft. So I'm making my 8-9 prediction off of they'll continue to add smart free agents and that they're going to work the draft the way they need to add immediate pieces.
Yeah, I'm going over on this. I don't see the Lions taking that far of a step backwards from last year. And obviously 2 years ago they were 3-13. So I don't see them being that bad, especially with the coaching change. Sometimes a coaching change is really all you need because that brings an attitude change. And we're seeing it with the players, not only that they're bringing in, but also the players that have remained here. I think they're all pretty excited to play for a Dan Campbell when they've all just been beat down for the past 3 years by a Matt Patricia. So even just the attitude change alone, I think gets them a couple more wins.
The one thing that continues to stick with me of why I don't think this is a bad team is the comments from the former players and the coaches. First off, what did Adrian Peterson say? He thinks that they don't need to tear this whole thing down and rebuild it back. He says he thinks that it's still a team that can do something. They just got to add a few things. But I'm just paraphrasing what he said.
Right.
Aaron Glenn, the new defensive coordinator, he said about the defense that we all thought the defense was bad, and let's be real, they played badly last year, so it's a good reason to feel that way. But Aaron Glenn said he sees that the defense lacked confidence. And when you have a coach like Matt Patricia, who's supposed to be a defensive guru and does not put a game plan in place for his players to succeed, you're going to see that lack of confidence, and it translates on the field. So that's why I feel with the pieces they have and the coaching that they have coming in, they can be a totally different team than last year. And I believe that Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn did such a number on the Lions organization. I believe that is why Vegas put them at such odds, because you have to go off of they really destroyed this organization more than it already has. Not like the Lions were always a winning organization. They just brought them down from, okay, we're rising to the middle of the pack. Now we're back in the basement.
Right. Yeah, man. I just think the attitude change is going to be the biggest thing. I don't know how much X's and O's are going to make a difference early on with this new team, but I really like all the coaches that we brought in. I mean, we've discussed this almost ad nauseum. Like, when we first got Dan Campbell, it was, okay, that's a good football guy, but does he know how to call plays? And now he surrounded himself with guys that have already been head coaches in this league, have held the same positions. I mean, Deuce Staley should have been the Eagles head coach, but he decided to come here. He got the linebacker coach from Chicago that came over just to take the same position here. And whenever you got that type of momentum, I feel like at least all these guys are on the same wavelength and they all understand what they're trying to build.
Stick, you may know who said this. I want to say it was either Chuck Daly or Phil Jackson who said, I manage corporations.
That was Chuck Daly.
That was Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly. One of my favorite sports quotes of all time. I don't coach, I manage 12 corporations.
That is what Dan Campbell is about to do. He has the X's and O guys around him. He has the experienced head coaching staff to help him in his rookie head coaching job. You know, he was an interim coach before, but like being hired, this is his rookie showing. So
right.
I believe that he has such great X's and O's around him. All he has to do is just manage these players' egos, and he's a leader of men, something that the Detroit Lions have not seen the past 2.5, 3 seasons. So I believe going in just off of that alone, with having Anthony Lynn, Deuce Staley, Aaron Glenn, and then you have just all of those guys around him, they'll be just fine. They'll succeed. 8-9 record. Watch.
8-9. I like
8-9.
8-9.
I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna go over 500.
Really?
I'm going over 500.
Woo! Where's that Kool-Aid?
I'm just feeling like I get everybody saying, "Oh man, this is the rebuild," but I still feel so confident in this team right now.
Right.
We made the changes that we need. Obviously, now we got to draft the players that we really need.
I will say this: this will make me lose confidence. If they draft Patrick Surtain, I'll lose all confidence in them.
We're not picking number 10, man. We can't get Surtain. Surtain's going at 10. That's just his destiny.
That's his destiny.
Yeah, he's going to the Cowboys, whether he likes it or not, no matter who's picking. Even if they pick him at 8, they're going to trade him to the Cowboys at 10. That's just how it's going to go with Patrick Surtain. So I think we're all on the over on this, right?
Yes.
Here's what will definitely put me on the over, and I'm just going ahead and just putting out a draft scenario because I believe these will add immediate pieces to the Lions. This is not saying who I want at number 7. Just if the draft plays out like this. The Lions have number 7, and let's just say like a Kyle Pitts is gone and you know, Justin Fields or whatever is gone. Even if Justin Fields is there, wouldn't want him. the Lions have number 7 and like a Micah Parsons is there or Penei Sewell, grab one of those. Then in that second round, they still need a wide receiver. If they can get Terrace Marshall in the second round, added with whoever they got in the first, I believe that would be a great way to go ahead and work that draft.
Yeah, I'm excited for the draft. It's coming up. Oh, my God. It's coming up in 24 days. 24 days till we find out who the Lions are drafting.
Hopefully I'm there.
Yeah. We're going to have a draft party here regardless.
Oh, yeah. So either way,
hopefully you're here, Corey. It's going to be better here.
You could be our insider. Like, we'll sit you over there and we'll check in with Corey outside. How's it going?
Hey, that'd be dope. I'm with whatever.
That's what I want to do. I want to throw like a mock real draft. Like we'll be maybe 10 seconds behind Roger Goodell. When he comes up and announces it, I'll come up and I'll announce it. Right. What you got, Fish?
Wouldn't you rather have him in Cleveland as your correspondent?
Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he can't go.
Oh, if I can't go, I'm here automatically.
Yeah, of course. No, of course we're not going to stop Corey from going to Cleveland. But if he can't, we're going to use him here like he is in Cleveland.
I hope I can be on some Adam Schefter stuff, and I'm going to work it to where I can just be like, hey, Woodward Sports is breaking who the Lions draft before the rest of the world knows.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, maybe we can work on some inside information for you.
Let me make some calls and try to send somebody some edible arrangements or something. Hey, come on, help me out.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for the draft. So much is going to be decided. I've been diving in deep to my Dynasty Fantasy Football stuff, and this is about the time of the year I really start going hard because you want to know who you're going to pick, and then once they get drafted, it totally kind of jumbles up where everybody goes. But all this weekend, that's what I was doing, studying hard on my Dynasty Fantasy Football League, and I got some sleepers I'm ready to pick up. Definitely some sleepers. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, our new guy Mike is here, and we're going to share. He's got a new thing that we're going to start doing on Mondays, and we're going to share this with you coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody listening today on Facebook, YouTube. We're on Twitch for the first time today as a live show. And, of course, Twitter. We appreciate you, too. Thank you for all the comments, all the stars, all the subscribes, everything that you guys are doing for us. We appreciate it. And we got a new guy here. I don't know if you've never really been on the show, have you, Mike?
I've been on TikTok a lot.
Yes, you may know him as Mikey TikTok. He is all over our TikTok at Woodward Sports. But you kind of wanted to come on and start doing like a weekend roundup on the morning show, right?
Of course.
Have we ever shared a story about how we actually got this internship or not yet?
I don't think so.
No. We haven't shared it yet.
No.
We got to tell this whole story because this is the reason why we love Mike so much, because it wasn't one of those you go on LinkedIn or something like that and you find a candidate. This is one where our studio is located off of Woodward in downtown Birmingham. He was walking around our actual building trying to find the right door to get in just so he could come in and talk with us. And then one of our partners, Tim, who is the president of Lady Jane's, happened to be walking, just got back from lunch, and sees this guy that's lost. His name is Mike. And Mike all of a sudden was like, yeah, I'm just trying to find Woodward Sports. Tim brings him in, and now he's hired.
Yep. Mike's like, I want to be an intern. We said, okay.
You're an intern.
Now I'm here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
And now he's sitting up here with us. And so describe a little bit about what you want to do.
So I just want to, get on, do a couple jokes about sports. I feel like we don't have enough jokes about sports. We have our teams, but those aren't really the best jokes. So I just want to be able to, give people news and also entertain them.
And you said, you really love Saturday Night Live, Weekend Update, and you love Daily Show type things.
Of course.
So
there's a lot of pressure on you with this. When you come up here saying you got jokes,
right?
We got to laugh.
That's the problem.
All right. Well, how do you want to kick this off?
I can just get right into it.
All right.
With the first one, it's going to be about Grant Hill was actually named managing director of USA Basketball over the weekend. Not many changes are expected, but the logo has been changed to whatever this is. Don't worry, though. USAB plans to trade him for Ben Wallace so they can actually win a ring.
So you put the old Pistons flames on that logo?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I like that.
It's looking perfect.
That is disgusting.
That's awful.
Get out of here
And
with
the
that
color,
teal
too.
shit. Yeah.
Your favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
I hate teal.
That's got nothing about USA written on that.
Exactly. It was never supposed to.
Except that it says USA.
That's
Besides that.
That's it.
Besides that, it's literally written on it.
Yeah, and then second, Tiger fans are really urging the MLB to consider moving the 2020 MLB All-Star Game to Detroit. This would also include festivities like the Home Run Derby, or as Daniel Norris calls it, just a normal inning of relief.
I like that.
And lastly, Loyola Chicago's head coach is hired as head coach of Oklahoma. The Catholic school is currently eyeing a replacement. The leading runner right now is Moses. Last made an appearance in the Old Testament. Went to high school with Sister Jean. There's a lot of doubts about his abilities as a coach, as it took him 40 years to get his last team to the Promised Land. That joke was brought to you by 5 years of Catholic school.
There you go.
Don't have to tuck my shirt in real life, do I, James?
What Catholic school did you go to?
I went to St. Linus Middle School out in Dearborn Heights, and then I went to Cabrini for 1 semester.
Nice. And you guys had a strict dress code?
Oh, I was in detention a lot.
The worst about dress codes was the beard.
Here's what I
had to
didn't
be
like.
clean shaven.
That was the weirdest thing at St. Mary's where I went to. Like, you couldn't have long hair or a beard, and then there's this dude named Jesus who had both. And it's like, wait a minute.
Makes
so
no sense.
I can't look like Jesus?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Here's what I didn't understand. I'm 5'3", 230 pounds, and you're gonna expect my shirt to stay tucked in? Come on, man.
You were 5'3", 230?
Yeah, it's like a roll of biscuits right there. You can't.
You were that?
Yeah.
real?
Mike used to be a hefty fella.
That ain't even thick. That's fat.
That's why he's ripped now. He converted it all to muscle. Right, Mike? See?
Yeah.
It's the truth.
It was weird. I looked different every single year of high school, and it kind of worked out.
It's called a bowling
Yeah.
ball right there.
At least you progressed
Yeah,
forward.
the thing is
Not the other
I'm lucky
way.
I didn't try to get a fake ID because it would have worked terribly.
There's not many other 5'3", 230-pound men out here.
No.
The fake ID I used to use, the dude was 5'7". My name was Kirk.
Are you kidding me?
And it worked. It worked. Yeah.
5'7".
I know.
How?
5'7".
You never got caught?
Oh, no. Tiki Bob's ended up taking it from me back in the day. But I got it back. But, yeah, Kirk, appreciate you. I'm not going to say his last name, but Kirk knows who he is. Or Eric was his name. Kirk was his brother.
That's always like the easiest thing. You just look at the height, and it's like the security guard 6 foot, so he knows. All right, you're taller or you're shorter than me.
Right.
You're taller than the security guard, but the height is 5 inches shorter.
The height is 5 inches shorter. All right, Mike. So that's how you're coming on, baby?
Yeah, and it'll be pre-recorded next time because I can't listen to simple directions.
Well, I think if we pre-record it, we could actually make it. And we're going live to the newsroom with Mike. Like, we can make this
100%.
a really fun thing. And we
100%.
can add a laugh track so you don't have to sound so, stiff when nobody's laughing at your jokes. Like, we can make it up. We can make it up. But thank you for coming on, Mike. What are we calling this segment?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Well, that was To Be Determined with Mike. What do you want to call it, Fish?
Mikey TikTok's weekend recap.
Mikey TikTok weekend recap. Weekend recap is tough to say.
Weekend recap.
See, say it 5 times.
Weekend recap. Weekend recap. It sounds like
Recap.
weekend
Just
recap.
recap then. Mikey TikTok recap.
Oh, there we go.
I like
Weekend at Mikey's. All right, well, we'll play around with this idea, but that's coming up every Monday. We're going to have Mikey do that on the morning show. And if you want, make sure you follow us on TikTok so you can see Mikey in all of his humor on display all day long. Are you and Kennedy going to have another TikTok battle?
She don't want the smoke.
Ooh, Kennedy, I hope you're watching right now, baby. I hope you're watching. So thank you for coming on, Mike. We appreciate that.
You just call Kennedy, baby.
Yeah, I love Kennedy. She's awesome.
I love Kennedy.
Yeah, she really is awesome. I'm so happy. I can't wait till she's done with college so she can come work full-time
Screw
here.
college. Like, just come on in here. We want you full-time, damn it.
We all dropped out of college to do radio and stuff. You can, too.
No, I didn't.
Don't do that,
Don't
kids.
do that.
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
Yeah. Eat up those loans. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it is now time for Joey's News right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Good Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
We start it off talking about NCAA men's college basketball. The championship is already here. 9:20 game time tonight. We got number 1 Baylor versus number 1 Gonzaga. And who do you guys got on this game?
I got Gonzaga.
You do?
Gonzaga. I'll take Gonzaga with the points, too, yeah.
What's the point spread on this one?
4.5.
Okay. 4.5?
Yeah.
I think that's in their favor.
Well, like Adam said, Baylor is they rely heavily on their 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
So if they're not hot, this could be over before halftime.
I'm going against them on this one.
Okay.
They're not pulling off that undefeated season.
Oof.
I'm with you, Joe. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw away some money. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna take Baylor, and I'm gonna take the under.
Oh, all right.
Not bad right there. So we recap the weekend. Number 2 Houston losing, obviously, to number 1 seeded Baylor by damn near 20 points.
That was a blowout, man.
Such a blowout. And then the game that we all thought would be a blowout was not a blowout. Went to overtime. Number 11 UCLA losing to Gonzaga by 3 on this buzzer beater from Jalen Suggs. I love watching this in slow-mo because...
Did he call glass?
he didn't, but you saw like the way he ran off the court and then jumping on the scores table, who, is a move done by Kobe, D-Wade, and that's exactly what he had to say post-game as to why he did that.
It went off the backboard and in, and I don't know. I've always wanted to run up on the table and, like Kobe and D-Wade and go like that. And, I mean, that's the first thing I did. But, man, that's something that you practice,
To do that in the Final Four to head to the national championship, to save that undefeated season, so amazing. And then the best part to that all was D-Wade actually took it to Twitter to respond to Jalen Suggs saying that he jumped on his kitchen table after hitting that shot too.
So I guess D-Wade kitchen table must be 1 foot tall. Because D-Wade ain't jumping not with them cartilage missing in them knees.
Come on, he's still good. That's D-Wade.
That's D-Wade, baby.
Man.
Blake Griffin probably could do that now too.
Blake Griffin can jump over cars again magically.
You know what? Speaking of Blake Griffin, did you guys watch the Chris Webber All the Smoke interview?
Mm-mm.
He said something really interesting about Blake Griffin. He said, guys like me, we lose our athleticism. Guys like Karl Malone, they lose their athleticism. Blake Griffin was playing coy the whole time. You don't lose your athleticism just like that. That's why when he came back, it's kind of like he gave like a little wink, like, yeah. So Chris Webber kind of was, at least Chris Webber kind of saw the play like, yeah, Blake playing y'all.
And he did. He definitely did, man. He played like shit here. And then he went to Brooklyn, started jumping over cars, like catching alley-oops. Like, oh, man. But he got his money, and then he got out. Now he's on a championship contender. So who's really laughing, us or Blake Griffin?
So we talk about Jalen Suggs, who actually hit that buzzer beater. I want you to see this because, honestly, I didn't know this until yesterday. His high school sports career might be one of the best out of any athlete I personally can think of. Just watch this. Him in high school as a quarterback in Minnesota, this guy was Mr. Basketball and what do they call it for football? Is
Mr. Football. Mr. Basketball and Mr. Football.
Like, both of them. This guy looks like a beast. They even got offers from Ohio State jumping over players. Unbelievable athlete right there.
And he kind of does look like your boy Justin Fields out there, too.
Does.
But look at that gun, man. Look at that gun.
Yeah, I will say there is somebody else who was Mr. Basketball, Mr. Football, and is a phenomenal player and NBA MVP.
Who?
AI.
Oh, AI, yeah.
AI was
that
a
was
sweet one.
Yeah,
because AI was fielding offers for football as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they wanted him to play quarterback, though, and I don't know if that would have worked out for AI.
He's definitely too small. He probably would have got the Troy Smith treatment.
Yeah, he would have gotten his ass beat because once you get up there and those big guys are running just as fast as you, but AI in high school was an absolute beast.
So we are Detroit Sports Network, so I have to ask this question. What's your honest thoughts about Jalen Suggs?
I would love him on the Pistons if that's what you're asking.
Did you see this edit by @MrProDesigns on Instagram?
Yeah.
Throwing him in a Pistons uniform. Not too against it. I mean, he's still young in his career, just a freshman. But what he's shown this tournament, I'm impressed.
No, if we can't get Cade Cunningham, I'd definitely be happy with Suggs.
Yep.
Hey, just get talent here. That's all I care about. Just get talent here, and I'm just mad. You know what? I'm gonna concede to you, Stick. I'm mad we didn't get Halliburton.
Thank you.
I mean, it's pretty obvious everybody is. You look at one of the best rookies in the league right now.
Oh, the best rookie in the league right now. Halliburton has just absolutely shown that he's a G. And do you imagine this team and how we'd be talking about them if we had Halliburton, Beef Stew, and Sadiq Bey, like all in the rookie class coming up? We'd be like, oh my God, that is the best draft class the Pistons have ever had, period.
Ever. You'd be talking about close to a 500 team just based off of the rookie production.
Right, off of 3 rookies, and that could totally transform a roster. But yeah, we didn't get Halliburton. I'm not crying about it, but it's definitely going to be that Donovan Mitchell treatment for the rest. Every time I hear Luke Kennard, I think Donovan Mitchell.
No, it's cool. You don't have to cry about it because until Killian Hayes starts playing well, I'll cry for everybody on the stage.
I think Killian will be fine. It's just, damn, Halliburton's good right out the gate.
Right, and that's kind of unheard of out of rookies, but dude's having one hell of a season. And a quick little fun fact, by the way. So Jalen Suggs buzzer beater. I love this. April 3rd, 2021. That's when it went down, right? Otherwise known as 4-3-2-1. You like that?
I do like that. I do like that. And he hit the countdown shot. That's how historic, or how I hate using the term epic, but how epic is that shot in the scheme of all NCAA shots that you've ever seen?
The thing about this shot is, it is an amazing shot. I don't want to discredit it whatsoever, but that shouldn't have even been the way that they won this game. This team should have blown them out. So when you compare all these other buzzer beaters and unforgettable moments and whatever you like to call it, I'm going to rank it a little bit lower than a couple of the other ones.
Okay.
But it's still a great shot.
Yeah, I hate being a prisoner of the moment, but damn, so much riding on that. Not only is there a perfect season on the line, you're a freshman, you're taking that shot, getting to the championship game. Like, that shot meant a lot in the scheme of history, especially if they finish it out. If they don't finish it out, shot means nothing. It was just a nice memory that we'll all look back on and be like, it'd be like when Chauncey hit that shot against, who was it? The Nets back in the day.
Lost the game, but won the series.
Right. We lost that game, but that shot was just so memorable, and that's kind of how I feel this Suggs shot will play out if they don't complete the mission at hand. It'll just be a nice memory that we all had.
Yeah, he's got to hit that. They got to run the table for that shot to really reach the lure that it needs to. I still think, like we said earlier, that Chris Jenkins shot Villanova over UNC to win the actual national championship, I think that does not get the credit it deserves. There's actually one other shot that I thought about too, and I had to look it up to make sure I got this guy's name right. Paul Jesperson in that 2016 opening round when Northern Iowa beat Texas. That was a half-court buzzer beater bank.
I do remember that.
I was like, whoa, that was a walk-off. So it's a couple other shots in there, but this one, just the way that he just went all YOLO. Suggs that was a YOLO shot. He had no business hitting that shot, but
one game winner we would have been talking about today, but did not successfully happen, is in women's college basketball. Arizona ball down by 1 in the national championship, a chance to win the game. This is how it ended.
2 seconds. McDonald trapped. Heaves. Can't hit. That is it.
Horrible shot.
I'm surprised she even got it that close, though. That hit the back of the rim. At least it had a chance. But, yeah, triple team, left-handed turnaround jumper.
Right.
Off your wrong foot.
I just think that's a combination of a bad play about the player and bad coaching, because that cannot be the shot the idea they had for the last play, to do a turnaround off the wrong foot,
right,
heave to the basket when you're covered by 3 defenders. There had to be a better shot somewhere.
6 seconds on the clock too.
Fish, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, the only reason why she went for 3 is because she had no other choice. The ball went to her at the 3-point line, and she couldn't go anywhere, so she had to chuck it up.
Yeah,
so it was the first pass that screwed her. If they would have passed it inside to the left or
play it back one more time. I want to see what the rest of the court looked like.
Yeah, I want to see how much time was left on that clock, too.
There was 6 seconds left. but she was waiting for like 5 or 6 seconds to throw the ball in, and she just threw it straight ahead of her, and that screwed her because
right there. Oh my!
Because
look right there up on top.
Yeah, one was wide open.
Dude, look up there. Oh,
as soon as
my
23 leaves, that ball should come.
She had no. I mean, yeah, she could have passed there, but she had.
I didn't even realize that. That makes me even more mad.
I would even swung it out to the girl right there on the top on the other part of the key.
Right.
Just even right there.
Oh, the girl running baseline is just wide open. A quick bounce pass, you got yourself a layup, and you got yourself a win. But that's the trend we've been seeing, going for 3-pointers when you're only down one. Makes no sense to me.
Home, Arizona.
Right.
That was awful.
Yep.
As I'm sitting here. Not playing basketball, but good season to you, Arizona. Now we go on to the NBA, and wasn't a buzzer beater, but it was damn near a buzzer beater when you translate it to baseball. The greatest first bat for your career could possibly ever be, right? A home run. For Detroit Tigers, Akil Baddoo hitting this home run at Comerica Park.
Don't mind if
Baddoo, what'd it do?
Could we note that dad sitting there right there, short sleeve T-shirt, and we go not even a week ago when everyone was there in their jackets in the freezing cold at Comerica with snow coming down.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees tomorrow. Last Thursday, it was 30 degrees and blizzarding. But that Miguel Cabrera home run in the blizzard is probably my new favorite Detroit sports picture. You know, we compared that to the Calvin Johnson in the snow pictures, and that was beautiful. But first pitch, first at-bat of your career, and you get a home run, it's just got to feel amazing.
It doesn't get any better than that. Unfortunately, the Tigers did end up losing that game to the Cleveland Indians 9-3, but the Tigers are 2-1 on the season, so still looking pretty good. And we keep it on the subject of baseball. The Angels' Shohei Ohtani has thrown the fastest pitch of any starting pitcher so far this season at 101 miles per hour nearly. And then the crazy part is, in that same inning, hits this home run, which we love the sound of it. Just watch it. Listen for this.
Pitch swinging. Oh, and first pitch crushing.
God, that sounds so good. Unbelievable. Baseball just has those sounds that like resonate with you, you know? There's the pure home run hit, and then when a fastball comes in and pops that leather, there's just nothing like that sound in sports.
I think that the one thing we talk about, like game-winning touchdowns, game-winning shots, I think the one, even though that wasn't a walk-off, I just kind of thought about it. That's got to be the one feeling in the world that feels better than anything, a walk-off homer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anytime a walk-off anything is great. Anytime you can just seal the game and, like, look at the other team and, you know, do the crotch chop or whatever you want to do to them. Go back to the Pedro Serrano back, you know, run down the baseline like this. You got to do it, man.
And lastly, Jordan Spieth is back, guys. He ended a 4-year drought with his win at TPC San Antonio, and the Masters do start on Thursday.
Yeah, let's go. Who's getting that green jacket? Who do you got?
Ah, man, this Jordan Spieth, baby.
I always got my money on DeChambeau, man. I love that guy.
That name alone deserves it.
Well, the guy, just the way he crushes the ball off the tee. He's like John Daly without the drinking problem. And that's why I like him. He's my man. Love him.
You know who else we love, though? Northwestern Tech, because Northwestern Tech is the school that you got to go and roll in if you're thinking about starting a new career, because right now is the perfect time. And it's only a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. So there's careers that take years and years to get that degree. It's only 10.5 months. So it's perfect time. Learn this new trade. NorthwesternTech.edu. It's the Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
Let's take a break real quick. When we come back, we got to talk a little bit. What do you guys want to talk about? Because we got a couple things on the list. You want to do our final predictions for Gonzaga Baylor? You want to talk about Space Jam 2 or the fake Bruce Campbell clip?
Oh, all of the above. I want to talk about all of the above, but
we got 8 minutes.
Space Jam.
Space Jam?
Man.
All right, we'll talk about Space Jam coming up on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys and ladies. This is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody checking us out on all of our social media platforms this morning. We are live on Twitch for the first time for the morning show, and all of our shows will be live today, including Baligian and Bell coming up next from 11 to 1, and then The Hook from 3 to 5 with Darren McCarty, Maz, and Pilar. So, yeah, we got a full lineup today, and we thank you guys for being a part of the Woodward Sports Network. Another big news over the weekend, at least it lit up my Twitter and lit up all my social media. Space Jam 2. The trailer has finally dropped, and let's play like the first minute of the trailer, and then we'll talk about how everybody feels about this movie. Go ahead, Alex.
Basketball camp is next weekend. You got amazing potential on the court, and I can help you get there.
That's not what I want, Dad. You never let me do what I want to do. You never let me just do me.
Hold up. Wrong floor. Bet Will Smith ain't got to deal with this.
Dad!
Down! What in the Matrix hell?
Welcome to the space.
Welcome, King James. I am the king of this domain. This is the serververse.
What'd you do to my son? Where's Dom?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball. Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait. What is this? Ah! I'm a cartoon?
What's up, Doc?
So that is part of the trailer for the new Space Jam movie. The full trailer's up on our Twitter right now, at Woodward Sports. I know we discussed this like a month ago, how we were feeling about it. Now that you've seen the trailer, how you feeling about Space Jam 2?
I'm even less interested, honestly.
I knew it. I knew it.
Okay, look. First off, let's be real. The concept of Space Jam is not for adults. It's for kids. And you can say that even the first one was kind of corny. This one just looks a little bit too cheesy for me to get around. First off, I'm supposed to believe that Don Cheadle is a villain. Don Cheadle is not a villain. His best time being a villain was when he was playing one of the Golden Lords on Meteor Man.
There you
and
go.
even then, he wasn't even a great villain.
Oh my God, Meteor Man.
Yeah. So
wow.
So that was the only time Don Cheadle was a good villain. LeBron, just like Michael Jordan, they both look so stiff. They sound so boring. How come they can't get a cool athlete to do this, like freaking AI, or I mean, just any
AI. Have you seen that gambling commercial that AI is in, looking like he's 300 pounds, like just chubby AI stepping over a dude at the craps table? Have you seen that?
I'm just saying, got to get somebody interested. Look, we could have got J.R. Smith. Think about J.R. Smith and Henny in Space Jam.
I mean, I'm thinking more Shaq, like big personality.
Shaq, yeah,
and we
Shaq
see
got
he
a
can
great
throw it down.
personality.
Shazam, great movie. I tried.
No, Shazam.
I tried.
I'm trying to think what other NBA athlete I would want to see, because I think LeBron will be a good actor. I just don't think in this movie is he going to be a good actor. But I mean, it's obviously LeBron James.
You've seen LeBron act already. What was that one movie with Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer, yeah.
Oh yeah, when she, yeah, something about her being
exactly.
fat.
Nobody remembers it.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw somebody.
Trainwreck. That's what it was.
Trainwreck. Yeah.
I saw the appropriate name for that movie.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady would be a good guy for Space Jam.
Don't hate on Trainwreck. That was a good movie, man.
That was the appropriate title. Tom Brady.
The plot is somebody's trying to take his rings.
You need Marshawn Lynch in there.
So somebody steals his rings. Like with LeBron, the whole concept of this is he's trying to get his followers and his son back, right? Like they steal all his social media platform, and that's where he's stuck in. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I've got to go back and watch the first Space Jam.
Oh, it's bad.
I remember Michael Jordan being in it, but I feel like they've made LeBron James like the main actor in this. Like when the old one had Bill Murray and other guys supporting it.
Yeah.
LeBron's not going to be able to carry the film.
Oh God, no. But you know what? Let's see how that second trailer looks. Hopefully, it's a lot more, inviting. I will say this: the production, the graphics, all that looks cold.
Yeah.
It looks amazing from a production standpoint. I'm just not really feeling the story, but who knows? Maybe they'll turn me around. I consider myself to be an open person, but both of them are corny concepts. Just the real kicker for me is the soundtrack, because the Space Jam original soundtrack was epic. This one has to have an epic soundtrack.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, it's going to be in theaters. It's not going to do as well as Godzilla versus who's that this weekend? Kong did.
Some people hated it.
I heard people hated it, but it did $50 million, and that's the most movies in theaters in the last at least 2 years, like for its debut. So that it had a big debut over the weekend. I think people are dying to get back into theaters. Terry Foster, you're in here. You're going to be coming up next on the Baligian and Bell Show. You said you were planning on going to see that movie. Did you see it over the weekend?
I was going to see it at home.
Oh, you're going to watch it at home? Okay. Yeah.
I'm excited for Mortal Kombat, too.
Yeah, I am excited for Mortal Kombat.
That's a good one.
It's got to be better than the one they made back in the 90s. Like, that movie was not great.
That's the thing, too, is like once you talk about graphics and everything, like Space Jam, the original, was 96. So 96 to 2021, obviously the graphics is going to be next level, and that's definitely the case for this.
Well, that was the cool part in 96. Like, oh my God, they're putting real humans with cartoons. How are they doing it? Now it's just like, we've been used to seeing this for 20 years, so it's like, you can't mess this up.
You know what's crazy, though, and it's kind of on the same subject? Even though the graphics right now are better, how come they still cannot get the damn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie correct?
Because they keep trying to make them real.
Ever since the first one, okay, first you can say the first two because I didn't really. The third one was a miss, but the first two, they have not gotten it right since how the characters look. Since then, it's just been horrible.
Right.
I don't like that whole trying to make the cartoons look real.
Right.
CGI.
Just either cartoon or real. It's one or the other.
Pick a lane. But either way, Space Jam 2 will be out in theaters. I don't think any of us are rushing to see it, but hey, it's part of basketball culture.
I am. I really want to see it.
All right.
Especially to see LeBron acting like
you see LeBron act on the court every time the dude plays. LeBron's acting.
No, because that
flopping
trailer,
all over the place, crying like a little bitch. He is an actor.
Did you see the one of him passing the ball, like that one meme going around?
Yeah, I posted that up on our social, like him yelling at Bugs Bunny. And that's what I said. Before the movie comes out, there's going to be a coaching change, and half the team's going to be traded because LeBron doesn't like him. So yeah, LeBron the actor, great on the court, shitty off the court. So that's it. Fish, you got facts ready to go for us today? All right, Fish got some interesting facts, and we're going to find out what they are next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Is it time? Yeah, it is.
Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
It is 9:50, so that means it's time for Fish's Facts. And as you can see, Fish is sponsored now by 8 Mile Vodka in that bowl. I love it. The Fish Cam going on. Fish, what kind of facts you got for today, buddy?
Oh, boy. Easter Monday.
Yeah, Easter Monday.
Great.
That's a fun fact that I never even knew existed. So here
you
we
really
are.
never knew it existed?
I didn't either.
Huh. I'm just slightly disappointed.
I mean, what is it though? I still don't understand what it is.
It's what it sounds. It's the day after Easter.
Yeah, you're supposed to like reflect on Easter Monday, right?
It's not a federal holiday in America, but it is in other countries. And there's sports on today, so go enjoy some sports throughout the day. Easter Monday.
Even in the religious culture, like that, it's not something that's ever celebrated. Like, there's no church today like that.
Well, it says it's to honor Easter, but I thought that's what Easter was for.
Yeah, they normally have the Easter egg roll thing at the White House. I don't know if they're doing it because of COVID, but they normally do it today.
Got it. All right. Well, what kind of facts you got today, Fish?
All right, we had a trophy over the weekend, and no, it's not the trophy that's going to happen tonight. We go to soccer. Trophy over the weekend. Real Sociedad won over the weekend, 1-0. First trophy since 1987. And you notice, hey, Fish, there's a typo on the date. It's not a typo. They won the 2019-2020 Copa del Rey because of COVID and all the games they had to schedule. They had to plop the 2020 final in 2021.
Okay. So they're getting credit for last year, this year?
Yep, so they won the 2020 Copa del Rey final, and the 2021 one will be in, I believe, 5 weeks.
Okay, awesome.
So they'll hold the trophy for 5 weeks.
They could go back-to-back within a 5-week span. That's pretty dope.
Well, they didn't make it to the final this year,
Oh,
so
they
will not.
I don't fucking understand soccer at all.
All right, so they did 2019. They
No,
were in the cup.
I get it. But if they were
made
good
it to
enough
the
to win
final,
the year before.
they made it to the final, and then COVID hit, and then they had to schedule all the games, so they had to push everything back, and then they had to say, oh, well, we forgot about this. We got to push the 2020 final into 2021.
Got it.
And then
Okay.
2020 tournament came, and they didn't make it to the final in 2021.
Yeah, soccer makes no sense to me. How they play a game with a time limit, and then once the time limit's up, they play extra time because they don't know how to stop and start the clock when play stopped. Like, soccer just makes no sense to me.
I can teach you.
Yeah, I believe me, I know it. It just makes no sense to me. Like, it's like, why don't you just have someone stop the clock when play stopped? Then we wouldn't have to worry about extra time.
Yeah, they should.
We could
That'd be a
just
good
play
point.
real game time
Yeah.
like every other fucking sport. Go ahead, Fish.
Red Wings got a good win yesterday. They beat the Lightnings. First win at the Tampa Bay Stadium, Amalie Arena, since 2011.
Did that for Stevie Y.
Yeah, it was a good win. I
Yep.
enjoyed that win. Baseball. The Toronto Blue Jays had some history yesterday. Bo Bichette got 100 hits. He's the fastest in club history. He did it in 78 games. Alex Rios was the next fastest in 85 games.
Nice.
So good stuff there. We talked about it a little bit. Raptors, they got a big win. They beat the Warriors by 53 points on Friday. That's the largest in Raptors history. They looked really good. Warriors, not so much.
Not so much. Yeah, the Warriors are struggling this year.
They are struggling. And the Jazz are looking really good as well. They are 21-0 at home in the year 2021. So they're looking really good. I want to see the Jazz go to the playoffs and maybe win the finals.
Right.
They probably won't. Clippers and Lakers will probably beat them out. All right, today is April 5th, Easter Monday, and the same day, 1998, the NFL Europe started, formerly the WLAF. And then, of course, NFL in Europe folded.
It folded.
But
it makes
Was that
Fish
your-
cry.
was that your
good
league,
while it
Fish?
lasts. Well, it was my league. I wasn't born, but it was my league when I was born, and I was able to see highlights of it. We have a birthday, and he's a former Tiger. You guys know who it is?
Kirk Gibson?
No, it is not him. It is a Tiger that played a few years ago. He's still playing.
I don't know.
Cameron Maybin.
Ooh, nice. I like Cameron Maybin.
1987. It is his birthday.
Yeah, he was a good draft pick.
And I still got that Woodward Sports shout out from Cameron Maybin.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Love it.
One more. We have another winner from the LPGA Tour yesterday. Patty Tanavanakit. She won. She's the first winner from Thailand to ever win the trophy. And they do this thing at the majors, the Women's Golf Major Championship, where the winner jumps into a pond that they have by the 18th hole. So some of the images, thanks PJ for letting me play the video. Anyways, images of them jumping in the pond. It's her and her caddy, and that's what they do after they jump in the pond.
Awesome.
So that's the 50th time they played that major, and they jump in a pond.
We should start a weird tradition around here whenever there's a victory. Like we go do something on Woodward. Like we streak Woodward or something.
We should. We should do that.
Those are your Fish's facts of today, buddy?
Those are the facts. Have a great Easter Monday. Very excited.
Thank you, Fish. Fish is on every morning at 9:50 with his facts. And Joey, it is now time for Dumbass of the Day. Go ahead, man.
To present the award,
It is Joey.
It is time.
Dumbass!
of the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
First, I want to start out by calling Joey a dumbass. And do you know why, Joey?
Shout out to Amal Vodka. I love them.
Yeah, and what was supposed to happen opening day?
Come on, really?
Yep. Calling you out for it.
All right, so I might have
Tell
dropped the
him, Joey.
ball. I might have dropped the ball a little bit. So we got this new partnership with 8 Mile Vodka, and I promised them that we would put their logo on our T-shirts, and something happened with the print shop, so they didn't get on our T-shirts in
Nothing
time.
happened with the print shop.
No, it
You
really
forgot
did.
to put them on the new design.
No, it really did with the time that I ordered. Come on. I still love 8 Mile.
All right, let's get into the other dumbass of the day besides you, but for real, 8 Mile Vodka, what's up?
I'm the dumbass. Besides me, though, we go to Paul Pierce catching major hate over the weekend, and I honestly don't even know where I'm from, what side I'm on with this whole thing, but freaking anytime you can make Paul Pierce your dumbass of the day, you do that.
Do it.
He went on IG Live, and I just want you to watch this. He's a legend, by the way.
What you do?
Homegirl twerking in the background right
What's
there.
the fuck?
Monica, you should be here. You can make some money, girl. Stop playing. Monica, what you doing?
Saying that, aren't you married with 3 kids?
If you in LA, come through. If you in LA, Monica, come through. You know what I'm saying?
The homie's just calling out some girl, Monica. Look at that. I love the girl massaging right
I love how
there.
they're throwing poker chips at that poor girl. Like, poker chips are not light, and they're just launching them at her.
So this kind of just, listen, when we're talking about Paul Pierce, I always think of this one play right here of when he threw his headband to a Raptors fan, and he threw it right back at him. So yeah, Paul Pierce is our dumbass. At the same time, a little bit of a legend, but it was funny watching him.
No. Paul Pierce is not a legend. Paul Pierce is an idiot. Paul Pierce made me cut my hair because because Aunt said I had to Paul Pierce. But sticking on him being the dumbass of the day, dude, he probably more than likely cost himself that job at ESPN with the. I'm just saying, on camera. I don't know. Hopefully he did.
There's nothing illegal. That's grown man shit.
I don't know.
Are they in studio doing stuff right there?
No, that was at like 3 a.m. when he was doing that.
No, I'm saying with ESPN, like he's going in the studio, so maybe they could say, "Oh, you were there without your mask."
Oh, social distancing and stuff.
Social distancing.
Strippers be getting a lot of people in trouble during COVID.
Man.
And man, his wife's name Julie. Her name is trending. Julie Pierce.
Is it? I want to hear her side of this. Like, how do you react to that? With your husband just getting massaged from a stripper? I mean, he's just.
You know what? I'm not.
He did it for the homies. Guaranteed that's what he's going to say.
I'm not judging him off of his antics. Not at all. I'm judging him that he was recording it. Dude, everything does not need to go on social media.
Especially IG Live. Like, they were on live
dude.
for a few minutes.
Well, Paul Pierce, you are our dumbass of the day, but not dumbass in my book. I still love you.
Man, whatever, Paul Pierce. They don't love you like that.
That was the first time I ever respected Paul Pierce in my entire life right there.
They don't love you like that. Thought you was Kobe.
Did you hear the last of the other one, too, with the Buccaneers cornerback?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Carlton
this
Davis,
is where we have to regulate these types of dumbasses.
Like, they just all go in our dumbass of the day because it seems like these whole now Asian slurs are becoming a thing, and it's just, can we please stop with all of these slurs, especially to be so dumb? Like, I'm not going to say I get it. All right, you were caught on video, whatever. But to even put it on your own Twitter,
right?
Like, does he not know the meaning to this term that he used?
Apparently he didn't. And if you don't know the word we're talking about, it's a word that's used to slander Asian people. It starts with a G and ends with a K.
It's book with a G.
Yeah, it was predominantly back during the Vietnam War when they used this term a lot. And his defense was, here in Miami, it means lame. And it's like, all right, that's your defense, but you can't use that as an excuse.
Dude.
You gotta be smarter than that.
Look. All right, look. I'm not the best PR person in the world. I'm not a PR person, but look, if you say something that is a slur, just apologize. Don't offer the explanation. The explanation just points to your ignorance.
Right.
And you've already done something ignorant by saying that slur. Now you're going to try to, well, I said it because of this. No, just apologize, own it, move forward, because you keep on digging that grave.
Or how about, like we've discussed, just quit doing dumb shit.
I mean, that's
it's
too
really
hard.
It's not hard not to be racist. It really isn't. He's saying I'm not racist because I didn't know what it meant. That is not an excuse on any level and any planet. If I sat here and made a racist comment to Corey, I was like, Corey, I just didn't know what it meant. You don't give a shit.
Okay, Joe Schnatter.
Don't be such a dumbass to use a word even if you didn't know what it means.
Exactly.
Don't use the
And
word
if you don't
then.
know what it means, don't fucking use it. Dude.
There's no level of excuse that can get you through
that's
this.
That's the definition of ignorance right there.
Yeah,
you don't even know what the word means or you're using it.
Right.
Because it's a trendy word, or that's what they use Say what
That's what it means in South Florida. Well, in the rest of the world, it means this. So guess what? You're on Twitter, which isn't your group of friends that understands your vernacular. It is the world that's going to see this and think you are an idiot. So
vernacular. Prince used a school word.
That's right. That's right. Thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. Please don't say any racist comments today. Otherwise, you will be on Dumbass of the Day, just like my man, what's his name? Clayton Davis.
Carlton Davis.
He could be Clayton Davis
Bigsby.
for today.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Baligian and Bell is up next, but Baligian and Bell both aren't here today, so it's going to be Foster and Woods, and I love that show. Coming up 11 to 1 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great Monday, everybody.